This is day 1292 of the HaShulchan Yomi. The HaShulchan Yomi that we learned today should be close for Rivka Rachel Bas Kasida. Today we're doing your idea Simon Kuf Sadiq Hey, Sif Ches to this test book. Ches, Kasper bin Ramah. The Asian Hood Sikhanepsi bin Kara Shula Kara Shula. Those who say that which require an interruption between his plate and her plate. That's only if they don't eat out of one plate when she's tar. If they eat out of one plate when she's tar, then it's enough that now she eats in a plate by herself, separately. You don't need another reminder. That's the custom. And quote from the Rama. That itself is the hecker. The diet, you should know the hefsek alechem or kankan enim elk she'ein oklim atam milachem zeh nein shosim atam mikankan zeh. The interruption by bread or by a container, a jug, is only when they are only when they're not eating now from this bread or drinking from this container. If they're eating or drinking from the bread or the container, ain't the hecker. It's not considered reminder. There's another hecker should come out to uncover a little bit of the tablecloth with teeth and courage Allah and put her plate on the table itself. That's hecker mappa. He's eating on a cloth. Below mappa, she's eating without a cloth, or vice versa. Those who say the heter this leniency of eating a plate by herself. When they ate out of one plate when she started, HaShulchan says only there are other people eating with them from the man's household with on this table. But if other people are not with them, or the others eat on another table, and they by themselves eat on one table, also, if they're by themselves tete-a-tete, then it's also also in these circumstances. That when there aren't more people present, it's mutter to use this heter of two plates. But when they're bnei bayis and they're eating on another table, also it's forbidden. Because there were other people present, but they're eating by themselves at a separate table. It's considered to be der chiba if each one's eating from their own plate. But there are no other people at all. It's a der chiba mutter. That's not considered to be romantic, and it's permitted. So then it would be matir with the two-plate heter if nobody else is present. Somebody slightly counterintuitive, but it's explaining it. It's saying that that's a. If there are many people present, you're eating a separate table, then that's romantic. If there aren't any people present, you're eating the two of you, but not from the same plate, that's not romantic. The fees and Yitzchak Lomar, you should know the coiners, you have to say, the Ksheloch Bakrachas, she tore, if they didn't eat in one plate when she started, assume Lecho B'Shulchan Echad, Afil B'Kar B'Fnei now have to eat on one table, even with a separate plate. But and there are other people, HaShulchan. Meaning it's not that way, but rather the fact that when there are other people present, they do eat the same table with separate plates, without a hecker. In the bracket says here, we're talking about all this V'chidas Rambam Shevein, either it was like the Rambam, or like he brought down, or she Shetapsik Kovas Arama, or the understanding of the intent of the Ramah, V'chol Inyan any sir, there's no problem whatsoever in any event, Sheyesh Openei Bayis, or other people sitting at the table. V'da, you should know the Kohen Yizkar Khan, the plate which is mentioned here, who Arakatana is a small plate, Kohen Teller. Loa Gdola, not the big one, Kohen Shissel. Sheimena Marina Katana, from which you pour into the small plates. But I'm a task going to be. It's just so Matthew is saying like this: Lecho because achas to eat from one plate. So you told chaticha he would take a piece. or he and then she, and then he, but in this case, the hecker would be they don't take together. Vade also no good. But to take from the take from large plates to look like a serving plate to the small plate. I guess it's a serving plate. Everybody takes it like teller shalot his plate. Much of that's okay. The conversation taras of good time pays bach bauer shach. Who evidently a machner. He shouldn't drink the leftover of a cup that she drank from the yesh bezekin chiba, somewhat like romantic. Bobby, I think the side is because normally two human beings don't drink from the same cup unless they are closely related to each other. So that indicates the relationship between the two of them. Even though he filled up the cup again, such as she drank half, and he filled it up again to the brim. And it's also the component in the final analysis, you're drinking from her leftovers. And there is a connection. There's only for another person drinks between the two of them. Such as she drank a little. And then another person. And he can also drink. Or that her leftover was spilled into another cup. Because then the connection is cancelled. I feel like even you pour it back into the first cup. And he drinks out of the first cup because once we do a second cup, that's nullified. If she drank the entire cup, he can drink from this cup without rinsing out. There are some people do rinse out, but they made a kosher with certainly won't good binah. That's the basis. That's not our custom, that's the shach. Sometimes the aim to say scarf come on because there's no connection manifest in this way. And the bracket says there's an issue to matara, and there it creates an affinity. Because they both tell me about Torah, that's not relevant today in any event. We should have a pia kosher. If that has to do with the fact that her breath is difficult, I assume it has germs in it. This is another matter. So and it's a different matter. It's not shaykh. It's just shaykh. One person drinking after another person. That she's not allowed to drink the leftover of the cup she drank from the silk, she the shut from the front of it. It was only if she drank from the cup in front of him. Any of them he doesn't know about this, just found the cup. Because found some stuff left on the cup, she doesn't to drink them. She said, so she's not required to tell him, oh, this is what I left over. The Chaygam lo shaykh is karvus, because there's no connection if you don't know it was hers. How many of them is that if he knows it was hers? Near She'en seems that he shouldn't drink. Even though originally she drank not in front of him. This shows it closest. It shows her that it's precious to him. Her leftovers. Very romantic. Seems to be a case of the Ramah. And she drank from the cup, even in front of him, but she went left, she's left. It's just with the she can drink from the leftover. Since she's already gone, there is no romance. Makes sense. Since she doesn't know about this, there's no romance. It's interesting, he takes two. He's not allowed to drink from her leftovers. But she from his leftovers, is permitted no matter what. This is the principle of men are animals and women aren't. She does not entice him to sin. I don't understand. Okay, she's not going to entice him to sin. Since she's drinking in front of him from his leftovers, and thus demonstrates a romance. Maybe he's going to make her do the avera. Some might say she shows that ain't there chiba. To say that which she's drinking from his remainder is not from his leftovers, not there chiba. Eladaf kushu shows him only one way when she drinks from her leftovers. Okay, ain't so the time. Well, Margaret, but that's the case. You don't need a reason of she doesn't try to convince him to sin. This case, no concern that they're going to come to do this. Okay, it's brackets here, what you have to see. Your base, some say he can't eat from leftover food, which she leaves over. Because she can't drink from leftover cup. But yes, in some say it's kavachomer from drinking. In other words, drinking is also certainly eating is also. It's a shachar. The Beis Yosef says in the Sefer of Berek HaBayis, because unfortunately, Shurim Ma'achol Mutar, leftover food is permitted. The scheme was like Gdolei Achroim agreed with this. The Bishlam B'Shisiyan and Sema drinking Shiyavshar Lishtos Biankos, they can't drink together from one cup. Shapi have their chiba, but when passing the cup is their chiba. But by eating, the very fact that they're not eating together is the leniency. Because for leniency. What did I say? They do it again. Since they're eating as well, since they're eating, that the fact they're not eating together is the hecker. Okay, it's crazy placey. All you do is also that it's known the Iskarvus the connection which people have with each other, the conviviality, the camaraderie comes through drinking and not through eating. You see, it says wine causes the heart of a person to rejoice. And goes to shows the sun and lift up a cup of salvation. This is brackets. Ryan Mogos Manios. Where so Pergamus Shabbos in Raya Club. Whatever it says there, it's not a right for us, so we don't have to look at it. Look him up. Masigas assume they're not allowed to pour cups for each other. That's extra special romantic. The pashas those out there, Mazigas Akos, of course, was the real Mazigas Akos, where they used to mix the water with the wine. But not, not today. Today music is just pouring. That probably is not a problem. Assumes it, but he says that the way he says it is a problem, actually. He does say, assumes it. Okay, also extend the cup from one to the other. Oh well, never mind. Have a little sheetas of machol, but to extend the food, especially to prepare the food, who tells me I feel who lasts so slow, he lasts so slow, even cheat do for him. Because they know they're chiba, that's not to be romantic. Their shoes a manner of servitude. It's a task. Also not just the cup, pour the cup, according literally is also. Feel shlach lakos yano, so even to send their cup is also. Losh lakos brach doesn't matter if it's a cup of birchas amazon or of kiddush. Losh lakosus kos acher doesn't matter another cup. Ima kos miyuchad lo, if the cup is designated for her, it's no good. Hamikulam shoysim meals akos. But if she's drinking, everybody drinks an entire cup. If he shows sesses like that, she drinks after and both, it's permissible. Mazika also right in front of him. Pouring is also only also right in front. You're valid. It's also not allowed to make a bed in front of it. But it's also, this is specifically spreading the sheets and the covering, that's their chiba. Coach Kane Shu also last so Kane he certainly can't do it for her. Poskim Liz Kirzem Nesha ain't derech he does. Because men don't make beds. But that the setting up the mattresses, the bottom sheets, let's call them, and the pillows, shutorach, which is a toil, but the chiba mutter it's minute. Zel before him, in front of him. So but a mutter, if a piece of single mixer, but if it's not in front of him, she's allowed to do even the spreading of initial sheets and the cover. The shlo b'fanav ain't kan chiba. If it's not in front of him, there's no chiba. V'chein asul yitzok l'mayim. Look at one of you have the raglim. She can't pour water for him to wash his hands, face, and legs. I feel in a gospel, even if it's not touching him. I feel him mind so name it's cold water. Kosh came to the done machmin. I feel it's weak, especially for us that wear machmin even by tossing objects, which cause to receive hey. Then say also then it's certainly also. Certainly she should not pour for him. I'm sorry, he should not pour for her. But to bring water in a vessel or to pour into a vessel, and he happens to then pay to them, mutter the ains of their ains of chiba, that's not considered to be chiba. Yeah, because it's just done generically, not for the purpose of his bathing. Tesvav, Klamu Chacham, Chacham said, Kam Lach Isha Osa Bala, any Lach a woman can do for does for her husband, neither Osa Bala, her neither does for her husband, Chutzim Tika as a cause except for pouring the wine, that's Osa Chibita, and making the bed, Barachas is part of the Ragov, and washing his hands, face, and legs. Kfar Beyonce explained this. And the Gemara explains about extending a cup. She also they shinoi then when she does it to a shinoi it's mutter. Because my clevis goes me other than money, she knows the kospa. So she switches from the right side, from which she covers the cup, the other to the left side. Maybe the final she puts that in front of it. Osheina Mameda says that goes HaShulchan, she doesn't put the cup on the table, Ella carve cases, but rather on a blanket or a mattress, on a pillow or a mattress. Or somewhere else. Mutter is missile came and shows a hecker, since he's making a sign to remember. The ain kan chiva of ain chashash. There's no romance here and no concern for it. Yesh chas lo zurot agam shot as machu b'kor asula shamachu b'shul ba'al levado. She can't send a plate of food where it's only for her husband. It's the Bach and the Shach. Avol Kvar Gzabs, you base the Machol Leka Chiba. By the food, it's not considered to be their Chiba, but other rabbis do their Sherus. It's a way of serving. Mutter, it's permitted. That says here's the Sidra Tara, Kraboskim, Rashi. It says about the days of Libuna. So when there's the two tefillos, it's not for us today to get into.